I guess it's time for us to move on now to the main segment of the show, which we're going to be drafting our top 3 players at each position in the NFL. We're going to go back and forth on who gets the first pick for every round.
Well,
I'm going to take first pick,
uh,
and I don't care what anybody says about
this is
anybody.
yeah,
I got to go Patrick
yeah.
Mahomes. I know Josh Allen and Lamar have had better off or regular seasons the past couple seasons, but Mahomes is that guy. He continues to take his team to the Super Bowl every year. And anybody that doesn't say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league is a questionable person to me.
Yeah, and for my pick now, it comes down to two guys who are both maybe the top 2 regular season quarterbacks, but both just can't get it done in the playoffs. It's either Lamar or Josh Allen, and you're gonna pick whoever I don't pick.
Correct.
And I guess I'll just stick with the guy. He did win MVP, and he did win the head-to-head game last season. So
So you're going to give me the best 2 quarterbacks in the league?
I'm gonna take Josh Allen. I'm
Wow.
gonna take Josh Allen. Won MVP last season. He can.
He's
He
your
can't.
goat.
He's not as elusive as Lamar, but I mean, rushing touchdowns. He can run the football. He's got the rocket arm. He's incredible. Passes a lot, and he did a lot with less weapons. So
Agreed. I mean, I'm clearly going to take Lamar here with my second pick.
yeah,
Lamar is just, in my opinion, he had the best statistical season last year. He was dominant throwing the ball. He was very efficient. I think he only had like a few interceptions. Obviously, we know how good he is running the ball. He didn't have as many rushing touchdowns as Josh Allen did this year. But regardless, it's the easiest pick in the draft is getting Lamar Jackson, and I got Mahomes and Lamar now. That even when you take Joe Burrow here,
yeah.
obviously it's gonna be an easy go for me.
And I am gonna take Joe Burrow. He's gotten to a Super Bowl, hasn't had the success last season, likely because of that defense was so poor, like we talked about. But he's very efficient, had a great season. If his team was better, he would have been in the MVP conversation. Him and Jamar Chase, maybe the best duo out of any quarterback and wide receiver in the NFL right now. I'm taking Joe Burrow, number 2. Now is when it gets tough though.
Now it gets interesting, and you know who I'm going with here as my third.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go with the boy JG Jared Goff. I'll give you Jalen Hurts if you want him. I don't want him. Jared Goff's a better decision maker than Jalen Hurts. He has a better arm. I trust him more. I think if you put Jared Goff on Jalen Hurts' team, Jared Goff would be completely dominant. And not to say that the Eagles have that much of a better team than the Lions do, but fully healthy. They were able to stay healthy last year. The Lions weren't. I think if you gave Jared Goff that team, they also would win a Super Bowl. We saw how efficient he's been. He had multiple games with just a few incompletions last year. Him and Amon-Ra had like 100 straight passes without an incompletion or something like that. They were dominant. Jared Goff is the most underrated quarterback in the league, and I love my team of quarterbacks.
Yeah, this third pick is tough. There's a couple guys, but I'm not gonna go with Herbert. Um, I think I'm just gonna stick it with Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Burts is
Jalen
your
Hurts,
pick.
yeah. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl champion. He's led his team to the Super Bowl twice now. He's had a couple dominant regular seasons. He's also a guy who can run the ball. He has the tush push, one of the most unstoppable plays in the NFL. That helps him. And he was great in the playoffs last season. He does have the benefit of having the best running back and maybe the best supporting cast out of any player in the NFL. But he is a Super Bowl champion, so I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts as
And
this pick.
you'll be able to start us off here now with running backs.
And
I'm assuming you're going to pair him with his teammate.
I'm going to immediately pair him with his teammate Saquon Barkley. Not even a question. Maybe the best player in football last season. Incredible. Was dominant. Best running back. It's not even a question. He was great in the playoffs. Had a game of over 200 rushing yards. He's the best running back in the NFL, and it doesn't matter. I'm taking Saquon.
All right, I mean, I agree. He's easily the best running back in the NFL. I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs here. Gonna pair my third quarterback with my first running back here. I'm gonna take Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's the most, outside of Saquon, I think he's the most well-rounded elite back in the entire NFL. He's probably, even including Saquon, he might be the fastest running back in the NFL. He's just lightning speed. He's great in the receiving game. He could do it all. He could play in 2 running back sets, 1 running back set. He can go out wide. He can play in a heavy set. He's just so versatile. He led the league in touchdowns last year. It's a very easy pick here for me to take Jahmyr Gibbs at number 2, or at my first pick of the running back round.
Yeah. For my second pick, I'm deciding between 2 players. Both players that I like. One I have more of a personal connection with. I don't know. I think he's older, but you got to go Derrick Henry, I think.
Yep.
1,900 yards last
Agreed.
season, 16 touchdowns. Again, a guy who has does have a benefit of having a very good rushing attack, and he has Lamar as his quarterback, but he's elite. He's been so dominant for almost like feels like a decade. He's been great. I'm taking Derrick Henry, and I got two guys who almost actually no, they would almost combine for 4,000 rushing yards.
Yeah, damn near. You're gonna still get your guy with the third pick because I'm not taking Jonathan Taylor clearly here. I'm gonna go with Bijan, so I'm gonna take the two guys from that draft class. Both in their second years had phenomenal years. Two of the best 5 running backs in the league in their second year. The potential is through the roof with these guys. As great as Saquon is, there can absolutely be a world where both Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan have better seasons than him. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I trust those two more than any other 2 running backs in the league to be able to compete with Saquon in 2025. Give me Bijan as my second running back.
Yeah, that makes it easy for me. Jonathan Taylor's my pick here. I think he's better than Bijan personally. 1,400 yards. He had 11 touchdowns. He's not. I mean, Bijan does have the better receiving game than Jonathan Taylor, but I think as a pure running back, I think Jonathan Taylor's better. He's just great. He's fast as almost any running back out there, maybe besides Jahmyr Gibbs, but he also has so much power. It's very hard to tackle him. And I think this season, when we get a full season, hopefully, of him with at least a consistent quarterback, I think it's likely to be Anthony Richardson. And if you can put those two in the backfield all season, I think it's going to be a dominant rushing attack, and I think he'll have a great season as long as he can stay healthy. The only concern, though, I mean, these stats for Jonathan Taylor last season would have been better, but when they put in Joe Flacco, the rushing attack died.
Yeah.
So that did hurt him.
Yep. And for my third running back, this is tough. Do I take the risk? Now I'm going.
There's a sleeper here. I don't know if I'd take him.
I'm between two. I mean, I'll say it because you're after me. I'm between CMC and Genty.
Yeah, that's another one. I didn't even think of Genty, yeah. I think Sneaky could add his name to this list next year as Bucky Irving.
Agreed. I agree. I definitely agree with that.
And, I mean, if Devon Achane can continue his success as well.
Yeah.
I think those guys are better than him, though.
I'm gonna take CMC. I know the injuries are a concern. I know he didn't play this year, but regardless, when he's healthy, which is rare sometimes, but when he's healthy, he's arguably the best running back in the NFL, and I think it's kind of crazy to just forget about him after 1 year of him not playing.
Yeah, the injury is really the only concern with Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, the only.
That's about it.
And that brings us to my receiving pick, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I will go with Jamar Chase as my first receiver. Triple Crown last year, it's impossible not to take him number 1. I know he's in a pass-heavy offense. He still has T. Higgins, which is going to help him just continue to be able to get way more open than any other receiver of his capability should be able to get open. You got Joe Burrow. Obviously, you worry about that offensive line. The run game is what it is, and the defense is going to do what the defense does. But regardless, Jamar Chase was the best wide receiver in the world last year, and I expect him to continue that trend and do the same thing in 2025. So give me Jamar Chase as my number 1 receiver.
Yeah, I'm going to go with his college teammate then. Pretty easy top 2. Justin Jefferson, 1,500 yards last season, 10 touchdowns. Didn't have as good of a quarterback, obviously. Sam Darnold was great, but he is not Joe Burrow. They don't have the same connection. I think those two are about as even as it gets, Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. So I think this is obviously a very easy pick, Justin Jefferson. He's incredible. He's highlight catches every single season and seems to be quarterback proof, which is something that is very hard in today's NFL.
And I'm yet to not pick a lion for each one of these categories. I'm obviously going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown here. Arguably the best volume receiver in the league. He can play outside. He can play in the slot. He's very reliable. He's not going to drop passes. He does what he does after the catch as well. And we've seen the Lions use him in the backfield before. He's super versatile. He's a guy that you know is going to go out there in the offseason and work. You don't have to worry about him taking an offseason off and regressing. He's going to continue to be dominant. Hopefully he can continue to stay healthy, and the Lions will carry him to another top 5 season.
Yeah, I think after this, the top 2, really, I think there's just a giant cluster of players that are very, very, very good.
Agreed.
And I think Amon-Ra's obviously in that cluster. There's a ton of guys that I think we can just give honorable mentions to when we're done, but I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb. He only had 1,100 yards last year, did miss his quarterback for most of the season with Dak, had those issues, but he's so good. When him and Dak were together 2 years ago, they led the league in receiving yards, I believe, together as a quarterback-receiver duo. He's very good. He has a lot of talent. He only had 6 touchdowns last season, but You know he's good. He has the number 88 as a Cowboy. That's a heritage. He's my number 2 pick.
All right, and my number 2 pick will be
3.
Or 3 picks. Sorry, will be Tyreek Hill. So Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyreek Hill. That's a tough 3. I mean, I would have taken CD if you had not taken CD here. If you would have taken Tyreek, I would have gone CD. But Tyreek Hill, obviously, we know how good he is. We know how great he is after the catch. He's able to still be, at his age, still the fastest receiver in the NFL, which is just absurd. And if his quarterback, it's kind of a similar thing with CD. CD didn't have his quarterback. Tyreek often doesn't have his quarterback. And say what you want about Tua, they're better with Tua than when they don't have
100%.
Tua. So I'm going to hope that he can stay healthy this year. And if he does, Tyreek Hill will have another top 5 season.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I wasn't really considering him, though, in this one for this pick. I think I'm going to go with the young guy, a rookie last season. I think I'm going to go with Malik Neighbors.
Wow. Okay.
I think I'm going to go with Malik Neighbors. He had virtually no quarterback help at all last season. 0. All around Tommy DeVito, just a cluster of guys that aren't NFL quarterbacks. Still put up 1,200 yards. Still put up 7 touchdowns. He's tough to guard. I think he's going to get the ball more this season. He might not have consistent great quarterback play, but you have Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston if Russell Wilson gets hurt. Those are guys that we know can just sling the rock. And we saw if Jameis Winston comes in the game somehow. We saw him and Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy finished top 6 in receiving yards last season. If you get Jameis Winston throwing the ball to Malik Neighbors, he could lead the league in receiving yards.
Yeah, easily.
But I'm betting on his talent. Top 3. I think we should list some honorable mentions though, and I just want to put
who do you want to go with?
Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay, Jerry Jeudy as well.
Yeah.
Who else?
JSN,
AJ Brown.
AJ
Drake
Brown.
London.
That's really who I was deciding between actually. AJ Brown and Malik Neighbors for that pick.
Drake London as well needs some love.
There's a lot of great the wide receiver talent is some of the best we've really had. I feel like in a long time.
Honestly, and that makes you start us off here with tight end.
Yeah, tight ends. I
you
think
continue the trend with the rookies.
Yeah, I think I have to continue the trend with the rookies. Brock Bowers, he was top 10 in receiving yards last season. 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns, so many receptions, 112 receptions.
Stupid.
Broke the rookie record, I believe, for a tight end. He might have broken the rookie record overall.
I think he did. I think he
did, yeah. So, pretty easy pick. A lot of good young tight ends right now, and he's by far and away the best.
Yeah, I'd probably list this as the hardest category thus far. After Bowers, I think he's a clear 1-1 here, but after Bowers, I think it's tough. Give me Trey McBride.
Wow.
Give me Trey McBride at number 2. Mainly because I want you to be the one to choose between Kittle and Kelsey, and I'm just going to take the remainder of the 2.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Trey McBride. We know he struggled to get touchdowns last year, but he kind of had a Julio Jones season. Like, he was great receiving. He had a ton of receiving yards, ton of receptions for a tight end. He was at the top of the league all year. He just couldn't find his way in the end zone. At the end of the year, he found his way in the end zone. Sometimes scoring touchdowns is really just like, I don't want to say luck, but it's circumstantial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can be a great receiver who doesn't get a ton of touchdowns. It's tough to be a great receiver that gets a ton of touchdowns and never gets yards.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously these are tight ends, but the same principle applies. So I'm going to take Trey McBride at my first tight end.
I mean, we saw Julio Jones be one of the best receivers for years.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
And he would never lead the league in touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, this is where it gets tough because there's obviously Kelsey or Kittle to go with, or I go with
Laporta and make me pick again.
Yeah, go with Laporta and make you pick again. I think I'm in a good spot here regardless because I will get 2 of the 3 no matter what.
Pitts.
And
you're gonna take Kyle Pitts probably.
No. Yeah, take Kyle Pitts. Believe in him. I think I'll go with Kittle.
Okay.
The most complete tight end. He can block probably better than any other receiver on this list. Still finished with, I believe, over 1,000 yards last season. So can't go wrong with him as a top 3 tight end. He's been great for a year now. He is 31, so he is a bit older, but he's still been playing great football, and I think he will continue that. And him and Purdy could have a great year together this year as long as they both can stay healthy.
Agreed. I'm gonna take Laporta.
Okay.
That's my second pick here. I just couldn't let you get an easy pick at Laporta, and I want to continue to grab Lions in every single round. So I'll take
Taking J-Mo
Laporta.
with that third pick.
What was it?
Should have taken J-Mo.
Ah, shit. Good point. I should have taken JMO. He's future 2,000-yard receiver, but yeah, I'm taking Sam Laporta. I know he had not as good of a year last year as he did his rookie season, but that was more circumstantial. It was nothing he really did that made himself have a worse year. He just didn't get as many targets. This Lions offense is so loaded that you're gonna have guys that just don't get enough targets. That's just what it's gonna come down to. Maybe if we get a couple more years down the road, it's more of a Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta thing. But right now, it's a Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, David Montgomery, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta thing, where it's a bit tougher for him to go dominate the way he wants to dominate. So I'm still going to take Sam Laporta because I still think he's one of the 5 best, most talented tight ends in the league. So I'm going to take Sam Laporta.
Yeah, I'm going to take maybe at least a top 2 tight end in NFL history. I'll take Travis Kelce. He is older, 35. Didn't get to 1,000 yards last season. Didn't have as many touchdowns. They also did manage him a lot for the playoffs. We saw him come back, and he's a playoff performer. That's just what he is. He's a showboater
in the playoffs, unfortunately.
But I got Travis Kelce here.
That leaves me in the do I take Kyle Pitts position for the last tight end here.
Yeah, you could go with a rookie.
Could go with a rookie. I'm not going to.
Didn't make a spectacular catch in training camp.
Yeah, Colson Loveland is really good. But no. I'm gonna go with Mark Andrews. I think he's got a lot to prove this year after the way it ended last year. I think he's still he definitely is still a top 10 talent in the league. Right now, we know how much of a connection him and Lamar have. It just kind of didn't work out for him at the end of last year. And as good as he is, as good as you can be in this league, there's going to be times where you fuck up and it costs your team big time. And it just happened to be not his night that night in Buffalo. But regardless, I still think he's probably a top 3 tight end in the AFC, and I'm cool with rounding my team off with him. Which
there's just it's a cluster of guys that are you don't really want to have on your fantasy football team.
Right. And we're not doing, for the record, we're not doing this for fantasy. But Kyle Pitts, Dalton Kincaid, T.J. Hawkinson. Like I'm gonna take Mark Andrews over those.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Evan Engram.
Yeah, Evan Engram. Tackle here, I get first pick. I'm gonna go with Penei Sewell clearly. Best tackle in the league. I don't care what anybody says about Trent Williams or Jordan Mailata. He got paid for a reason. He can go out there and be a pulling tackle. He can go out there and catch passes. Just one of the best pass protection guys in the league. There's a reason why Jared Goff doesn't get sacked from his right side. Maybe wish he was a left tackle, but he does his job at right. He's a phenomenal run blocker and pass blocker. Give me Penei Sewell, the best offensive lineman in football, at number 1 for tackle.
I think I'll start with an Eagle, then I'll go Jordan Mailata. Super Bowl champion twice now, I believe. He was great last season. I think only a sack and a half allowed. Plays a ton of snaps. Both of these Eagles tackles are great. And I think I'll give him a little bit of an edge. So I'll go with Jordan Mailata.
Yeah, I actually would have went with Lane Johnson. I'm going to take Lane Johnson here. He is the only 99 overall offensive lineman in Madden this year. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I didn't run on Madden overalls, damn.
Yeah, he's the only 99, which was interesting to say the least to me. But regardless, he only gave up 2 sacks this year. He played damn near every single game. He's also on the older side, a little bit older than Jordan Mailata. But I got Lane Johnson. I think he's the second best tackle in football. And I probably would have had Mailata at 4, but I'm going to take Lane Johnson.
Yeah, going back and forth. I think I'll take Trent Williams for the name.
Yep.
Take him for the name. He's
fair enough.
Been with the Niners now. He's very well known. Great pass blocking. I think he only allowed 2 sacks. Played over 1,000 snaps. Great pass protector. Great in the run. So he's always an all-pro. I'll take Trent Williams.
And for my last pick, I'm going to go with another guy who only gave up 2 sacks on 1,000 snaps this year. I'm going to go with Rashawn Slater from the Chargers. I believe same draft class as Penei, maybe the year after. I can't remember. But I'm going to take Rashawn Slater. I think he's just going to continue to get better in that Harbaugh system. And he's, in his 4th, 5th year? And he's one of the best tackles in the league. Still has been since he was a rookie. Give me Rashawn Slater for my final tackle spot.
I think I'm going to go with Tristan Wirfs then from the Buccaneers. Another great tackle. Always in the Pro Bowl, very efficient. I think he played over 1,000 snaps. He has been a little banged up, though. Gave up, I think, 3 sacks last season. So I got Tristan Wirfs with my 3rd pick.
Okay, now here's where it gets interesting here with interior offensive linemen. this is a pretty murky area. You're starting us off here.
I am starting us off. We did lose Zach Martin. He's probably been on these lists for about a decade.
Frank Ragnow
Been the
as
number
well.
one for a long time. I think I just got to go with my guy. I don't know. This one's tough. This one's very tough.
Come on.
He did struggle.
Stand
He
on
has
something.
struggled.
I'm going to take Tate Ratledge.
Oh, yeah?
I
I bet you are. I bet you're
I
going to
am.
take Tate Ratledge, yeah. Just because I'm slightly worried you would take him, I'll go with Quentin Nelson.
There it
Gotta
is.
have my guy dominant
I
guard.
wouldn't have taken him.
You wouldn't have?
No,
Oh, shock.
can't go back.
He's never really misses a game ever. He's always playing great in the run game. Has had his issues in the past game, but last season he was very good in it. And I think he's going to continue. I think this offensive line has something to prove. They got some new faces in there, some younger players. He doesn't have to take all of the load on his own, so I'm going to take Quentin Nelson.
All right. I'm sorry, I can't, bro. The way you looked at me when you said the load is crazy. But let's my first pick. I'm gonna go with Creed Humphrey, center for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think with Kelsey and Ragnow out of the league now, he probably slides in to the number one center spot, most likely. So I'm gonna take him there as my number one interior offensive lineman. I would have maybe taken Q though.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with Chris Lindstrom then with the Falcons. That offensive line had their issues last season, but he's been good for a while now. Great guard. He's a fantastic run blocker, Bijan. Some of his success is due to this offensive line of the Falcons being great in the run game. Not as great in the pass game, still good. Still top of the line, so I'm going to take Chris Lindstrom.
All right. This is where it gets tough for me.
You can still, I mean, did Frank Ragnow put in, like, is he officially
Yeah, he's
retired?
officially gone. He's officially gone. Otherwise, I would have taken him. Man. All right. I am going to go with. Yeah, I'm just gonna rack up the Eagles here. Give me Landon Dickerson.
That's what I was going to take.
At guard. I forget. Is he left or right? He's left, right? Landon left. Lane left. Or no, Lane's right. I don't know. But give me Landon Dickerson as my second interior offensive line here. Got to get a guard. I'm going to take a center and two guards. We don't have to here. We can take three centers, three guards. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to take a center and two guards. My first guard will be Landon Dickerson.
I guess I'll take a center then. I think he's going to continue to grow into a top center. I'll go Tyler Linderbaum.
Yep.
He plays for the Ravens. I think he only gave up one sack. Another guy who's fantastic in the run game. I'm building my team to run the football.
Yeah.
I got the top running
Got
backs that I
Saquon, yeah.
wanted. I'm building my team to run the football, and we're gonna pound the rock. So I'm going to go Tyler Linderbaum.
You thought I was trolling. I'm taking Tate Ratledge as my third interior offensive lineman here. I got to take a rookie. I haven't taken a rookie yet. And the Lions need him to be good so fucking bad. So I'm going to take him just for that alone. And I'm taking a line at every position. So
Yeah, there you go.
I had to do it. Not going to take Graham Glasgow.
You can take whoever you want.
No, I will take I'll take Tate Ratledge.